Good afternoon, folks. Time for our Lenten word of the day, which is share. Not the musician share, but S-H-A-R-E. One of the first things we learn when we go to school or as we begin to interact with other people is we learn how to share our toys, to share of our life, to share things with one another. That's pretty key to how we live in relationship with folks nowadays. Except during this last year, as I began to really reflect on this word, we've been trying not to share things right now, right? Like our germs, to keep ourselves socially distanced. We've not been able to share hugs or meals together or lots of different things. And so it seems almost counterintuitive right now to talk about sharing. But what we are doing is, while we cannot share many physical things together like hugs and meals and handshakes, because we don't want to share our germs, that we can still share the love of Christ, can share the peace of Christ with one another in countless ways. That it doesn't need to be the physical sharing in this time, but ways in which we can share the love of God. In the sharing of the peace on Sunday mornings, we often do the peace sign, or we can share a word. And so a lot of our sharing nowadays happens virtually. And even with social media, we share a lot of things on our social media feeds. Hopefully things that are uplifting to others or funny or to bring a smile to someone's face. So to think about that as we do share today, as we share on social media, as we share of our time, maybe with phone calls or online things with one another, to think about the ways in which we can share the love of Christ, that we can share God's peace with one another in these days. So what are some ways you are sharing the peace of Christ with others this day or in others? So share those in the comments, or do that. Is there someone you haven't talked to in a while that you've been thinking about? Send them a note. Share a little bit of love with them this day. And so let us share the peace of Christ. Let us look at the ways in which we live out our faith, the ways in which we share our faith, not just in the physical, tangible ways, but in all the moments of our lives. So I hopefully you're having a blessed day. It's a little gray here today, but still we can share the love of Christ even on these gray days. We'll talk to you again tomorrow. Take care.